Elizabeth.
And I'm Kelly. It is the last day of Around the World Week, and we're making our way back home.
We're starting off the day here in South America, and then later today we'll be heading home to North America.
Right now, we're in beautiful Peru at Machu Picchu. This is a super cool fortress built by the Incas high up in the mountains. It's been abandoned for over 1,000 years.
It's so pretty here. I can't wait to see what else South America has to offer.
Me too. Should we start exploring?
Definitely. While we start checking things out, let's head over to Kaylee to hear about some of the special traditions they have here in South America.
Hey guys, today I'm going to share some cool traditions that they do in South America. The main tradition slash festivity I want to talk about for Halloween in South America and North America is Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead is a holiday that originated in Mexico, but it is celebrated throughout the whole entire world. It starts on Halloween, October 31st, and ends on November 2nd, 2 days later. The holiday involves family and friends gathering to pray for and remember friends and family members who have died, and helping to support their spiritual journey. On the last day, they celebrate with festivities. People fill the streets to dance and sing and remember their loved ones. They are dressed in big dresses or dressed as the sugar skulls. It looks like a lot of fun. They have a candlelight vigil and they light lanterns. They let lanterns go to help their deceased loved ones return. They also decorate these sugar skulls to place around the altars of their loved ones. Many traditions happen around Christmas, outside of the U.S. Holidays preparations mostly begin December 8th with a feast. Decorations are a big part of Christmas. Green, gold, and red garlands and wreaths with white flowers decorate the front doors and the towns. On Christmas Eve, many people attend church at midnight, and they end with fireworks to bring in the Christmas day. Those are the biggest traditions celebrated all throughout South America and many other places. Cool, right? Don't forget to let us know your favorite traditions in the comment section below. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's head on back to Kelly and Elizabeth to talk more about South America.
Thanks, Kaylee. Elizabeth and I are here in the Galapagos Islands, just off the coast of Ecuador.
Kelly, I am loving South America.
Right? It's amazing here. Should we just stay here and let the rest of the cast finish the show in North America?
Not a bad idea. I think they might notice we're gone, though.
Good point. Well, let's share some more cool facts about South America before we have to leave. Want to start?
Sure. First, let's talk geography. South America has the longest mountain range in the world, the Andes, and they have the driest desert in the world, the Atacama Desert in Chile.
Wow, that's pretty cool. We also have to mention the Amazon rainforest, of course. We talked about it a little bit back during Nature Week, but it literally covers millions of miles of South America, including big parts of Brazil, Colombia, and Peru. It's known for having the greatest biodiversity in the world, which means they have the biggest variety of plants and animals in one place.
Amazing. Speaking of the Amazon, you can also find the Amazon River here. It's the second longest river in the world.
Nice. It's also good to know that there are 12 different countries in South America. The biggest one is Brazil. Between all those countries, they speak about 300 different languages, but most of them speak either Spanish or Portuguese.
Another cool thing is that South America is home to many endangered animals, including the jaguar, the giant otter, and the Amazonian manatee.
That's awesome. All right, Elizabeth, I've got one last one to share. South America is also home to the world's highest waterfall. Angel Falls can be found in Venezuela and is 2,648 feet high.
Ooh, so pretty.
Right? Well, it's time to head over to Joe, who's going to tell us about one more cool place in South America before we head home to North America. Take it away, Joe.
Today, we're going to talk about some of the ruins in South America. And by some, I mean mainly one set of ruins. The ruins that we are going to talk about is called the Chanchan Ruins, which is found in Peru, and in its prime was the largest city in South America. Chanchan was the capital of the Chamorro Empire and could be found in the Moche Valley. This once great city was named Chanchan because it was very sunny all the time and was only cooled by the breeze from the south. Chanchan's great sun was so harsh that it barely rained there. In order to get water, they used the River Andes and built waterways from it. What happened to this once great city? Why did it become ruins like so many others? Well, the beginning of the decline would have to have been when the Inca took it over. That wasn't the only thing that happened to the city. Later on, another Spanish city called Trujillo pushed Chanchan more into the shadows. Even after the city was no longer great, it still had its wealth, which was later taken by the Spaniards. The treasure is still worth a lot today. That is a lot of the backstory for this great sun city. But how did the city look in its prime? Well, the whole city was made out of adobe, which is just clay, sand, water, and other organic materials mixed together. This great city was so large that it was considered the largest adobe city in the Americas, and the second largest in the whole world. That's just about all the secrets that these ruins have. I'm going to go see if I can dig up anything else. Elizabeth and Kelly will be right back in North America after a short commercial break.
In ancient empires, it was common to have these huge stone heads made. Why? I have no idea. But it's kind of cool looking, and it would be even cooler if it was your own head. I'm Stonehead Stonewall, and I'm the person you're looking for. I'm a skilled sculptor. I excel in head sculptures, and I'm able to make you your very own stone head. It's amazing, and will look amazing, and it only costs $25 plus $300 in shipping, but it makes the perfect gift for a loved one. So send in your picture at bigstonehead.com and I'll make you one today.
Well, guys, after all the traveling, it is such a relief to finally be in our home continent of North America.
I agree. Going around the world in 5 days is exhausting.
Agreed. Maybe we should have done it in 80 days instead.
Next time. Well, we want to tell you some fun facts about North America because, believe it or not, North America is more than just the United States.
There are actually 23 countries in North America. They include Canada, Mexico, Greenland, Honduras.
Kelly, I hate to cut you off, but I don't think we have time for all 23. Instead, let's just talk about the 3 biggest ones other than the United States.
Okay. To start off, let's talk about Canada. We're standing here in Quebec. Out of all the countries in North America, Canada occupies the most land, so it's the biggest. It's actually the second biggest country in the world, Russia being the first.
Wow, that is awesome. Did you know that the 2 main languages spoken here in Canada are French and English?
I did know that, actually. Canada was originally a French colony. That's why French is one of the main languages spoken here.
That is very interesting, actually. Well, let's talk about Mexico next.
Good idea, Elizabeth. Why don't you tell us about it?
Okay. Mexico is awesome. It is the 11th most populated country in the world, with about 117 million people in the country. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mexico is kind of like the United States, where it has individual states. There are actually 31. Kind of cool.
I agree. Also, the main language spoken in Mexico is Spanish.
Fantastico. The last one we're going to talk about is Greenland.
The official languages of Greenland are Greenlandic and Danish. Honestly, didn't even know Greenlandic was a language. But it is cool that they have their own language there. English is understood by a lot of people there, too.
Something super interesting about Greenland is that it's covered in mostly all ice. Apparently, it used to be all green until it froze over, and then that's why they named it Greenland.
I can't believe that it's not actually green.
I know, kind of silly.
But kind of awesome. Well, guys, that is enough information for all your big brains, so let's head over to Kaylee for the wellness tip.
Hey guys, today I just kind of wanted to wrap up all the wellness tips I have done. And I just wanted to tell you guys how unique and special you all are. I want you all to remember to try to see the positive side of things, no matter how hard it can get. It is hard to be sad or upset when you can look on the positive side. Also, we've talked about bullying and standing up for yourself, being who you are, not judging others, and even spreading kindness. I have talked about all these things with you guys before, but I really want you guys to remember everything we've talked about, like being yourself, because you are so unique and special in your very own ways. Be kind to other people when they are being themselves or expressing themselves. You never know what else they might be going through, so never spread hate and always spread kindness. Lastly, don't judge others for anything. Not their shoes, not their clothes, not even their hair, and definitely not their personality. Because I know it would make me sad if someone was judging me for things I wore or did, and I know it would make you feel sad too. So never judge someone else because they're just being themselves, and they're trying to express it. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for today, but thank you so much for joining me every day for my wellness tips. I hope you guys always remember them, and I hope you never forget to smile. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Kaylee. Since we're back in America, we thought it would be cool to tell you guys about some of the places we love here.
We'll tell you about where we're from and what our favorite places we visited. You want to tell us about yours, Kelly?
Sure. Well, I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I love it there because there are beautiful forests and the whole state is surrounded by the Great Lakes. So there are amazing beaches too.
Wow, sounds pretty. What's your favorite place you've ever visited?
That's tough, but I loved my trip to the Pacific Northwest. You know, the one where I saw Sasquatch. I think my favorite part of the trip was when we stopped at Multnomah Falls, a waterfall in Oregon.
That's beautiful.
Agreed. Want to tell us about your favorites, Elizabeth?
Well, I'm from Cheyenne, Wyoming, and there's honestly not a whole lot there, but the city is still beautiful. And I think the coolest place I've ever visited is North Shore, Hawaii. They have beautiful beaches and the best surfing on the island of Oahu. Ugh, I want to move there.
Wow, that's awesome. I'd love to go there.
Should we bring in our other cast members to tell us about their favorites?
Let's do it. Willow, get in here.
Hi, Willow. Can you tell us about where you're from and what your favorite places you've ever visited?
Well, I was born in Las Vegas, Nevada, one of the best places, and I now live in Huntsville, Utah. My favorite place I visited is Lagoon, which may seem a little lame, but my family used to come up to Utah every summer, and we'd get season passes and just go to Lagoon all the time. Once, my sister and I went on a white roller coaster 12 times in a row, no stops. It was amazing.
Sounds awesome. I've actually never been to Lagoon.
What? You have to go. My favorite rides are the Spider and the Music Express. Amazing.
That sounds super fun. I'll have to go and check it out soon.
All right, Willow. Thanks for sharing. It's time to bring in our next cast member. Joe, come on in.
Hi, Joe. Can you tell us about your favorite places?
Well, I was born here in Utah and lived in Roy my whole life. My favorite place I visited would have to be Hawaii. When I visited there, we went to most of the islands, actually. We went to Oahu, and we saw plenty of turtles and other sea creatures as well. And we visited some of the farms they had there, like the sugarcane farm. Oh, fresh sugarcane is so good. And we got to eat it straight from there.
Wow, I'll have to check that out. Sounds cool.
Thanks, Joe. All right, let's bring in our last cast member, Kaylee.
Hey, Kaylee, want to tell us about your favorite places?
Yeah. Well, I was born here in Ogden, Utah. I spent a few years of my life living in Oregon. I don't really remember it, though, because I was only like 4. But my family visits California a few times a year because I have family out there. But one of the favorite places I have visited would have to be either Grand Turk in the Turks and Caicos Islands. We went on a cruise there. Or my second favorite place would have to be the Cayman Islands. We got to swim in Stingray City, where there are a ton of trained stingrays you can swim with, and it was pretty awesome.
Wow, that's super cool. Thanks, Kaylee.
Those are all of our favorite places in America, so be sure to leave a comment down below to let us know your favorite place.
Time to go to Joe to learn more about an awesome place here in North America.
Now that we are back in America, I want to talk about an awesome place that I would love to visit. The place I'm talking about is Yosemite National Park in California. This park is all about nature and is known for its granite cliffs, huge waterfalls, clear water, and giant sequoia forest, plus much more. Almost 95% of the park is pure wilderness, and each year about 4 million people come here. This park was one of the first places to be protected as a national park. The park is so large that it has 5 major vegetation areas, including an oak woodland and an alpine tundra. Yosemite National Park has over 160 rare plants and other rare stuff, like rare rock formations. There are plenty of animals in Yosemite Park as well, like the mule deer, the pika, the marmot, the white-tailed jackrabbit are just some of the animals that live in this park. Now, this park isn't without its issues, though. At one point, black bears were known to break into people's cars to steal food. Visitors would also be looking around the park's garbage cans to see if any black bears were just hanging out looking for food. Wildfires are also a frequent thing that happens here, but they aren't too bad. The wildfires help clear out old plants to prepare for new ones to grow in. These wildfires do lose the park plenty of money, like in 2013, the Rim Fire destroyed nearly $2 billion in money generation and closed off most of the park to tourists. Plus, when there aren't any fires, there's plenty to do, like hiking or driving around or even rock climbing. That's all I have for you today. If you want to learn more about the park, then you need to come here to do that here yourself. I'm going to get back to my hikes so I will leave you with Elizabeth and Kelly after a quick commercial break. Goodbye.
Everyone knows that Canada is best known for maple syrup. I mean, we have a maple leaf on our flag, for Pete's sake. My family, the Canadas, are the best at making maple syrup. Our maple syrup is great for sun protection, hair dyeing, shampoo, dog washing, anything you can imagine. Just slather it on and see the magic work. Order our mystical maple syrup at mysticalmaplesyrup.com. Get yours today.
Welcome back. Before we say goodbye, we have some questions from some of our club kids to answer. The first question is from Sammy, who wants to know how the green screen works.
Well, first of all, I'm not sure why Sammy thinks we use a green screen. All of this is totally real.
Okay. The real answer to your question is that our editor uses something called chroma key, which basically lets the camera switch out a certain color, usually green, with a different photo or video. So if we were wearing green clothes, our bodies would be invisible.
I can't believe you're revealing our secrets, Elizabeth.
Anyway, the next question is from Jackson. He wants to know if there will be more BGC TV when school starts, and he wants us to do a Harry Potter themed episode.
Good question. And for now, the answer is a mystery. We're not sure yet if our show will be renewed for season 2, but if it is, I would love to do a Harry Potter themed episode. I think it would be super magical.
Good one, Kelly. All right, the next question is from Haiti, who wants to know what our favorite thing was about filming BGC TV.
I think my favorite part was being silly and getting to hang out with Elizabeth. As you guys saw in the bloopers episode, we had a lot of laughs together.
We sure did. My favorite part was collaborating with all the other staff. I thought it was great to work as a team.
Love it. Should we pop over to the rest of the cast to hear their answers to some questions?
Let's do it. Over to Kaylee, Willow, and Joe.
Thanks, you guys. My favorite part of doing this show was getting to learn about all these places and teach you all about them.
My favorite part was waiting for Bill to set up the green screen and just dancing in front of it. I'm sure you guys saw that on the blooper reel. So one of our questions we had today is especially for you, Joe. Ethan wants to know what your favorite animal is.
Well, my favorite animals, as you guys could have guessed, are wolves. And you could have seen me talk about them on our special Animal Day section.
Nice. Ethan also wants to know what our favorite video games or sports are. I'm not much of a sports person. I liked playing tennis when I was in school, but my favorite video games right now are Minecraft and Splatoon 2.
I, on the other hand, like most video games, but my favorite would have to be racing games, and my favorite sport would probably have to be soccer and football. All right, the last question is from Sammy, who wants to know how we picked the themes for each week's show. Willow, do you want to answer?
Sure. Well, we all sat around a table in the Boys and Girls Club office, and we would say out general topics like the ocean or the nature, and then we would just put it in our little spreadsheet if we liked it, and then we'd think of smaller topics for each day. And it was difficult to get at first, but then we definitely got the hang of it.
It was a lot faster at the end. All right, well, that's all we have, so we're going to head back to Elizabeth and Kelly in the studio. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys. Well, that's it for our final episode of BGC TV.
We want to give a huge thank you to everyone who helped make our show happen. Our amazing guests, our artists who made link out videos, our director Kate, and of course, our cameraman and editor, Billiam.
We hope you guys had fun watching the show because we sure had fun making it.
Leave us a comment down below and let us know which theme from the show was your favorite.
And don't forget to check the link outs to do cheer camp with Kadri and Ashley and make a paper lace craft from Paraguay with Kiara.
We hope you enjoy your last few weeks of summer break. We'll miss you guys.
Bye.
Bye.